Hang on. You nervous? You look like you're shitting yourself.
I was reading your questions.
He doesn't answer. He's letting me ring through.
Hey, bro.
Nick King Kyrgios. It is Mitch Robinson and Dayne Zorko. No.
Wait, give me 2 seconds. I just need to fill up my water.
Fill your water?
Yeah.
This fucking bloke.
Give me 1 second.
Have you ever been,
I'm here. What's up?
Nick Kyrgios, mate, is Mitch Robinson and Dayne Zorko. He's our Brisbane captain up here. We are on the Rip Through It podcast. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Robert told me that you're the captain.
I'm not the captain, nah. Look at me.
That doesn't surprise me.
Look at me.
I'm just kidding. What's going on, guys?
Nah, mate. So pretty much, I've been wanting to talk to you for ages, but I want to let the dust settle after the doubles win and all your media stuff going on because we know you're pretty famous and that kind of shit. But I just want to give like the people at home a little bit of insight into you. Your highest rank was 13 in 2016. Currently ranked 122. Yeah. We won't talk about that. French Open third round.
I don't really play much, yeah, it's all good.
Well, that's fine. Let me finish my thing first. French Open third round, 2015 and 16. Wimbledon qualifying final in 2014. You would have been like 18 then.
I watched that too, King. I watched that. Don't worry about that.
How old was he then? How old were you in 2014?
Maybe 18.
Oh, yeah, that's where he did his most dangerous work, I reckon. And US Open is third round in 2014, 16, 18, and 19. He's just flown, mate. Nick Kyrgios.
Yeah, the king.
Can you hear that?
Woo! They're going nuts, mate.
No, the crowd's here. Hey, how is the aftermath of the doubles, mate? Because you're pretty much the talk of the town for the whole 2 weeks of that event, and then you end up winning it. How's the aftermath been, and what have you been up to?
Yeah, I mean it's been pretty full on. Obviously, played. I think I had a really good singles performance as well. I was feeling good, and the doubles were just out of nowhere. To be honest, I was playing with TK was kind of last minute. We kind of just sent each other a WhatsApp saying got to play, and
WhatsApp.
I didn't really know. I sent him a WhatsApp just saying like, hey, do you want to just? We kind of just sent each other a WhatsApp, hey, do you want to just give it a go? And then it ended up turning into probably one of the funnest experiences for both of us. And to be honest, it's been pretty full on. It's been exhausting for me personally. Like it's been insane, but I can't really go outside. No peace, no peace and quiet at the moment. So I'm just it's still fully hectic. I'm in Sydney trying to get into some nice routine and then just get back into training as I'm going overseas in 3 weeks.
Yeah. So how's the WhatsApp start? Like, how much time do you have to give the Australian Open notice before you play? Like, is it just like, hey, bro, I'm playing singles, obviously, but do you want to pair up? Is that how it works? And then
literally, it's literally as simple as just sending each other a WhatsApp, and then one of our agents just basically signs us in 3 days beforehand, and then we play.
That's crazy to me.
Have you ever played? Yeah. Have you played the mix before, Nick?
Yeah, I played the mixed doubles. I've played a couple Grand Slams mixed doubles. I mean, that's just a bit of fun, really. Like if your singles doesn't really go as planned, but the doubles is, we beat some really good players. And honestly, I just don't know how it happened. To be honest, no idea.
What happened in the change rooms with the Croats after the game when you knocked them off? Because they were ranked pretty high. Yeah,
is that why? Because you guys shouldn't have won? Is that why they got pissed off?
Yeah.
Well, they were the number one doubles pair in the world. And, like me and Thanasi, like I've just basically rolled off my couch in Canberra. And Thanasi's, just come back from obviously the last couple of years, just injured, hasn't played much.
Yeah.
And, they were just frustrated in the locker room. Like I understand, I mean, I'm sure you guys get into, I think tennis, the tennis culture is quite, reserved, and it's obviously not as, physical or, just not as confrontational, but they were just, the trainer actually squared up at me in the locker room. And
does he realise you're 6'4" and you can throw him? Does he know that or not?
Well, he was just really, really angry, and Thanasi kind of played a diffusing kind of role. He was like, no, guys, calm down. And I was just like, I was basically just saying, like, I don't give a fuck. Like, enjoy your flight home. Like, I don't care. Like, enjoy your flight home. I'll book it for you. Like, and I was just like, what do you expect it was going to be like in Melbourne? We've all been like Melbournians have been locked down for 300 days.
All this extra energy.
I was like, what do you expect? You're playing Kyrgios in Melbourne. Like, what do you expect it to be like? You know what I mean?
Quiet, please.
So you knock off them, then you take on Michael Venus and his mate, and then he's had a go at you after the match as well.
Is that New Zealander? That's New Zealander.
Yeah, I mean, look, the fact that I'm making doubles players relevant is, I think, extraordinary for the sport. I think tennis has never had this much attention ever, and I think it's actually great for the fans, for the growth of the sport, for people that are not interested in tennis. I think all eyes on tennis, which is amazing. And I think, once the big three kind of retire, like it needs some help. Exactly.
I was going to ask you, like, how do you rate a doubles win like that in the like getting the championship? Is it like do tennis players really care about it? Or like, obviously it's awesome to win it, but like in a sanctum, and you're like, oh fuck, like let's really win this. Or it's like, oh, if it happens, it happens.
Well, I mean, look, like I've won some pretty big singles titles, and I've played some in all the stadiums around the world, and this, for me, it's definitely ranked one. Like I think,
let's go.
It's still over like a 14-day period. Like it's never easy. You to string it together at a Grand Slam. Like say you've won a Grand Slam, it's like from where I came from and the criticism and just my parents. Like when my parents kind of saw me, win the title, I know how much it meant. It kind of made sense. It made sense to me why they sacrificed so much to win a Grand Slam title. But yeah, I mean, obviously, I was actually really professional all 2 weeks. On my day off, I was getting up at 7 a.m.
I saw that on the ground.
Yeah, Sanasi was kind of partying every night type thing, like just going to relax and then I kind of just said, look, at the quarterfinals, I was like, man, like we can actually do this. Like we're only 3 matches away from, and it's almost resurrected his career a little bit. He's like, he was injured for 5-6 years and to win a Grand Slam, obviously for deals, for money deals, for just to put him back on the map, I think it's crucial for him to have a result like that. But for me, it's definitely ranked one.
Is there a resentment from the other doubles players that like you guys have just come and taken it out off this limited preparation? Like, is that why you reckon they were getting so fired up and so pissed off that you guys were going so well?
Oh, I mean, you guys, how people are. I'm not a jealous or envious person at all. Like, I just go about it the way I go about it. Like, I've played the same and I go about it the same until 10 years old. Like, everyone that knows me knows that.
Yeah.
And I feel like if I didn't use the crowd support, and get them up and about, like, I don't think we would have won. I don't think I'd be taking advantage of that. So, I guess they're just salty because I guess no one really liked them. Like when they were on the court, like everyone was going for us. Like,
I don't know how you feel, man, but I could not stand that suey shit. Like I know I was hoping they did something that you could trademark, and that's Kyrgios' thing. But like obviously it's Ronaldo, but them whole going crazy with suey, like it done my head in. But for you, did you feed off it? Like,
did you think it was boom? I thought it was boom.
You're a boomer, mate. You're a boomer. Like I knew it was suey.
No way.
I couldn't have it. Like I was like, well, at least give them something they can use, like for merchandise or some shit. Like that's what I was thinking.
No, it was definitely overwhelming. Like the first match I played at the AO, my singles where I got up, it was just insane. Like every point, it was just they were just yelling that over and over again. I was like, fuck. It was tough to concentrate at times, but it was a bit full on. But look, like I'm not going to complain. Like the people of Australia need sport right now. Like I know, like I think it's going to be an exciting season for all sports. Just people need to get out and about. So I wasn't really critiquing. People were just crazy. Being locked down for 300 days. I mean,
it's pretty full on. I was going to ask you. So, like, I've known you for a year and a bit now, but like the public perception. I know you don't really care too much about it, but the professional like bloke that you've been. Like the last 2 years, I reckon, since the fires, when you gave money you raised money for the fire victims and all that stuff.
Yeah.
From then on, I've seen like a different person portrayed in the media, and I think it's a credit to yourself. But you haven't changed the way you've gone about it. What do you think's come down to? Like, why are people suddenly like, oh, Kyrgios is actually a good bloke, or it used to be this the one side of like, oh, he's spoiled, his attitude stinks. Like, where's that changed?
Well, I mean, I've always gone about it the same way, and like. I guess I just stayed true to myself. Like when I copped all this criticism and he's spoiled, he's entitled, and I'm like, bro, like I was broke as a joke when I was young. Like I didn't get help from any of the governing bodies. Like I did it all myself. Like my parents sacrificed everything. Like my dad's a fucking painter. Like he came from Greece in 1965. Like I don't know where this spoiled and entitled. Like I guess I just had a massive chip on my shoulder because I was doubted because I was overweight as a kid. I got told by coaches in Tennis Australia that I was too fat to make it. I was unfit. Like, so it was basically just a fuck you. Like, I guess the way I went about it was just like, I was just super confident. I always backed myself. And I don't know, I never wanted to, I didn't really care about the public perception. But when I was doing all these things to say, like when I organised the Rally for Relief for the bushfires and I was driving around to drop groceries off for COVID. That wasn't for the media sake. Like, I couldn't really care what kind of coverage I got. Like, I had my foundation and stuff. Like, I don't really care about that stuff. I just know that deep down, and the people that know me, like, I'm incredibly generous. Like, I love to use my platform. Like, like we use our platforms as athletes. I think we're obligated to help. And when I see kids that are low on confidence or overweight or, afraid of just getting out there and playing sport, that's where I love to just kind of step in and say, look, that's exactly how I was as a young kid. But I think people just appreciate my honesty now. Like, I'll stand up for what I think's right, and I'm just going to be myself at all times. And I think it's relatable. Like, kids need to. I think the society just tries to act like they're like something else. I'm just myself. Robert, you know that. Like,
I do. It's a breath of fresh air, man. Like, from seeing you on TV and what the media portrayed you to, like, playing video games with you and talking to you on the regular. Like, it's a completely different. Like knowing you as a person, I wouldn't have seen that in the media and stuff because you're a really nice guy and you're always yourself. You love to gag and make jokes of yourself, and you have that confidence about yourself. Like, you don't see that. All you see is what they portray. So I don't know. Like, that's the reason why I started this podcast is to keep journalists accountable and give players a platform to talk about this stuff like without being judged. That's why I was just asking that question, because from what the public see you as before, 2 years ago, whatever it was, it wasn't the best of light. But now it's like I feel like the Australian public like really love this breath of fresh air and the way you go about it.
Yep.
I guess it's similar.
Yeah, just like the other day, like I just got like they twisted my words like again, like about Ash Barty.
Here we go. All it takes is one journo, bro.
But I'm just like I grew up with Ash Barty from 9 years old. Like, I travelled around the world with her, like through Asia, through the depths of Asia, and I was always like, I knew that she was going to win Grand Slam. So like, I love Ash Barty. So it's like when I see the media just trying to spin and stuff like now, it's just like, you guys, they're just always trying to divide people. Like, I love fucking Ash Barty, and I wasn't trying to compete. I just think that, like, we did do a great job, myself, Benassi, and Ash, to get the energy going, and the ratings were up. Like, that's all I said. And then they're like, why didn't Kyrgios take the shot at Ash Barty? I'm just like, dude, everyone just, I'm just like, what the fuck now? Like, it's crazy.
So how do you respond to that? And, like, how do you cop your criticism? Like, all sports people get criticism on social media and that. How do you deal with it? Do you either look at it? Do you bother about it? Like, how do you wipe something that a journo just writes about you that's complete rubbish?
Well, I mean, look, I don't think it's ever been as hard for an athlete to kind of go through what we have to go through. Like, with social media now, I mean, I'm still going through it. Like, I'm 26, but, I've been going through it for a while. Just the negative comments on a daily basis that I think athletes have to deal with. Like, subconsciously, they're all going in, all the negative comments. You might not really care, but you see them all, and it's not.
I still get angry. Like, I've blocked that many fucking people since, even like the last couple of weeks. Like, you still cop it on the regular. Like, you go to your unread and you see all these peasants in there that's like having a crack at you for no reason. Like, you don't even fucking know me. Like, why?
Yeah, okay, I know. And it's sometimes hard, like, because my brother has alopecia, so he doesn't grow hair, and it's just like, might get like, I get comments about that, like, oh, he looks like a cancer patient. It's just not, and then it's like, we have to, like, I feel like as athletes now, we have to have such thick skin because if we let everything get to us, it's not just the journos. Like, the journos is light shit now. Like, I just laugh at it. It's more so just like the general comments of everyone and people, like, just negative energy that I think us athletes that we have to just learn to just embrace it for some reason where it's not normal at all. Like, people shouldn't have to embrace that type of negativity.
You shouldn't have to, and I think they're changing the rules around social media. You're having to. I think a few AFL players came out and said they want to enforce you have to have an ID to sign up, or you have to use your parents' ID to sign up, so you don't have these little trolls and all that kind of stuff on the social media. So I think that'd be a good idea to go about it.
Definitely, because like young kids like that are up and coming, like 17, 18-year-olds, like I didn't know how to deal with it when I was young, and I really struggled, and I took it personally, and it put me in dark places where you start abusing drinking and all these outlets to try and mask all the pain. Like, it was hard. It was hard to block it out. It was really hard.
So what's on for this year, mate? I know you're traveling soon, right? You're going to America for, what is it, the Indian Wells? Yeah, I called it India Wells when we were talking before. But what's going on with Kyrgios in 2022? Like, we want to know. Like, what are you doing?
Well, I'm going to LA first for a couple of days. Look, my sort of 2022 is outside of tennis. Obviously playing tennis and trying to do some great things on court, but I'm just trying to do so much stuff now off court with, collaborating with different companies and stuff. I'm just kind of using it as a springboard. I always wanted to be remembered more kind of as more than just a tennis player. You know, I've kind of
I
already
see you as
done
like an
the
entrepreneur, man. Like you've got so much drive about you. Like I talk about off field, like off AFL field. Like you can make a lot of money, or you can do some stuff that you're really interested in, or you're passionate about. What's your go-to?
Well, I mean, big thing for me was, you know, doing stuff with the NBA. So obviously collaborating with Kyrie earlier in my career was kind of the springboard to make me realise that
what was that?
I could be, you know, that was in 2019. We made a shoot together, which was pretty cool.
Oh, hey. Okay.
So, like, that kind of gave me the inspiration to, you know, do some more things off the court. But, look, I don't really know. I hate planning and I hate, you know, building a plan. I just like to take it day by day and just, you know, I just came off the basketball court, played for 2 hours. I just love going with the flow.
I was going to ask you, like, if tennis wasn't your thing, I've actually seen you can actually ball out, right? I've watched your stuff. Like you're with
Can you play?
Yeah. Like, haven't you seen him?
I've seen him shoot around, but I want to know, can he play?
Yeah. Okay. Can you play?
Yeah, I'm pretty good. Yeah.
I'm 6'4". We have Nick Kyrgios coming down the court with a ball in his hand.
Yeah, no, I can play. I use it for cardio too. I mean, obviously, you guys are like cross training can be pretty useful at times.
Yeah. How are your Boston Celtics going to go this year?
Oh, we're actually starting to find some form. But obviously it was a slow start. But you know, I die by the Celtics. So
could you do a thing like J. Cole did? Come and play in the G League. Do you reckon you could do that or nah?
Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I train with a bunch of the NBL D1 players in Sydney, and so we'll see. Maybe one day, I don't know.
You're 26. You've got plenty of time to do that.
Tell us a little bit about your collab with Beyond Meat.
Oh yeah, well I haven't eaten. So I went plant-based for a while, and then I kind of got a bit tired on court and in the gym, so I decided to eat some seafood. But I haven't eaten meat now for a while, so
all right.
I just wanted to really, you know, it was something I was passionate about. I stopped eating meat for animals, and it wasn't such a health thing. But there was a couple athletes that kind of swung my way to Beyond Meat. Obviously, a bunch of NBA players, and there's a couple of good athletes. I really, you know, I don't know. It's something I'm passionate about. I don't like just, you know, repping brands that I'm not really passionate or authentic about. So Beyond Meat was one that I really wanted to get on board, and we did a couple of cool things in New York, and we're doing a big thing in Australia with like snags and burgers and stuff. So I'm pretty excited about it.
Oh, so literally Daniel told me that about a half an hour ago that you partnered up with Beyond Meat. So shout out to Daniel for doing that. But mate, I can't get enough of your social media moment. You are in love. What is happening there? No, mate.
He's right.
I'm lucky it's a podcast. Otherwise, I'd be giving it to you a little bit. But you are love struck, mate. Like, run me through meeting Costine. How do you say it? Costine?
Yeah, Costine. Yeah,
Costine. Run me through.
That was really, really, really good pronunciation, to be honest.
Was it? I've never heard the name before. I just read it. I've read it how I said it. Costine. Yeah, run me through that, mate. Because like that's kind of, you know, obviously it's got a lot of media attention. She's been with you everywhere in Australian Open, and now, you know, you can't stop posting about her. So what's going on? Run me through that. When are you getting on the knee?
Yeah.
No, she's definitely the one. Definitely the one.
He's dropped it here.
He's dropped it on here. Shit.
But yeah, like, I don't know, like, I'm just gonna look. She's awesome. She supported me a lot. She gets my training. She gets the pressure I go through, and it's just easy with her. Everything seems easy, you know. Drama, life's hard enough as it is. So I think you need just someone to understand. Obviously, as an athlete and the lifestyle we kind of live, you need someone that's fully understanding of all the pressures you go through as well. Yeah. But you know, she's awesome. She's super supportive, loving, and she's everything I need right now. So it's perfect.
This title of the podcast is going to be "She's the One." Surely that goes viral. Nah, Nicholas, that's all we got, mate. You got anything for him, Zorks, before we go?
Yeah, how are your Tottenham Hotspurs going?
Oh, fuck! I knew it was all going too smooth, wasn't it? I just don't understand how the team is so stacked yet we're not at the top of the, you know, top three. Like, how's it possible?
I don't know. Yeah.
So who do you go for, Zorks?
I'll go for Man United. They're not having a great run either. But we've got a few Spurs. Darcy Gardner, another one of our teammates. He's massive on the Spurs. He's given up on them as well. So, no, we've got a little bit of EPL culture around at the club as well, mate.
I hate soccer, man.
And they go for the Spurs. So
I want to come watch you guys. I want to come watch you play.
I've told you, like, whenever you want tickets, wherever we are in Australia, you're getting, like...
Actually.
Like, you're getting some good tickets. Oh, yeah.
Robbo reckons that you only support him.
Yeah,
that's it.
On Wikipedia it says he's.
Oh yeah, 100%. I'm gonna. Yeah, well, I used to go for North Melbourne because they played in Canberra sometimes.
Oh, fair enough, actually. Yeah.
Don't mind it. Yeah.
But
What
no.
was, hang on, one for you. What was it like in Canberra? Like, I don't know. It just doesn't.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's not. All it depends. What do you like to do? Like, it's a nice family place. Like home's home. My family lives there. It's nice and quiet. Politicians live there, so there's nice cafes, good food. Like, obviously, it's not as nightlife compared to Sydney or Melbourne or Brisbane.
Yeah.
It's not the same, but it's a nice, calm little place. So it's actually good if you want to get away from it all.
Yeah, beautiful.
Yeah, well, cheers, Nick. That's all we got for you today, mate. You've been on here for how long have you been on here for? Fucking 20 minutes. I said 5 to 10 minutes, so sorry. Sorry, mate. Time flies. We're having fun with one of the goats of tennis in Australia. So, mate, best of luck to you for 2022. I know this is just the beginning for you, and I can see this person who just wants to, accomplish so much on the court and off the court. So I really appreciate your time, mate, and I'll see you on Call of Duty soon, I guess. Appreciate
it, guys. Thanks, Robert. Anytime, You're a fucking legend, mate.
Oh, I don't have to go too far, mate. I said so much good shit about you. You gave me a little pat in the back. Good luck in your test on the way home, mate. I really appreciate that.
All right, guys. Take it easy, yeah?
All right. See you, mate. Love you.
Bye. Love you too. Bye.
Bye. Nick Kyrgios. Is he a fucking ripper?